Hello and welcome back to the Wadden. I have the wrong fucking scene open. Hello and welcome back to the Wadden. My name is Beast and today we're back with Onigokko. Let me just immediately set this up because I have a weird feeling in this part. I don't know how long I'll be going today. Kind of started late. I wanted to start a lot earlier, but was feeling kind of peckish, so I wanted to make myself a sandwich beforehand. And that was supposed to be something that's just quick and easy done, but as you can see, it was not. I was trying to cut the baguette like this, but the knife slipped off, and it was like a serrated kitchen knife, specially made for cutting bread. So that was highly uncomfortable. Let's put it like that. Not to say hurt like a bitch. I guess that hurt like a bitch is a bit strong. Yeah, it was painful, but it was more like not oh my god pain. It's more like stop pain, you know. Less like unbelievable anguish, more like by god this is an annoyance. Will especially be an annoyance because I have to work tomorrow. Anyways, yeah. Also, nose is stuffy, so that's also why I don't know how long I'll be going today. By the way, the weekend had finally arrived. Some told me we would make a break in our stagnant search in the not-so-distant future. Yes, Sakura had successfully persuaded the three sages and wrung permission to view the archives from them.
ここが吉備津宮のお屋敷か。すごいぞこの床。大理石でできてる。一体いくらかけてるんだ？こらそこ。人の家はあんまりジロジロ見ないの。
Akari guided us through the estate, and Aoi and Kuda in particular let out gasps of astonishment at the luxurious interior. They were totally acting like this was a field trip. Elsewhere, Akari looked a little irritated. It made sense given that she'd returned to the family she'd always had such an ingrained hatred for. It was obvious she was dealing with inner turmoil. In spite of it all, Akari had begrudgingly negotiated with her mother and the three sages and won us this opportunity. Must have required substantial effort.
何？こっちを見てどうかした？
Nah, just thinking you did a good job. I was genuinely impressed.
そういうのやめてよね。私だって偽裏を捕まえたい。だから今できることをやったまでよ。それに先輩の大事なペンダントを奪われたままっていうのもなんだか気持ち悪いしね。ありがとうございます、あかりちゃん。この恩は必ずお返ししますので。いいんですよ。前にケイスケが言ったようにけじめをつけるいい機会にもなりましたから。けじめ？はい。私卒業後は家に戻ろうと思うんです。三賢人から提示された書庫閲覧の条件もそれでしたから。そんな。では私のためには。あ、いえ、勘違いしないでください。これは私が決めたことですから。お母さんと何度か話してみて気づきました。私はやっぱりお母さんの子なんだなって。子供の頃は冷たくされたこともあったけど、それは忙しさのせいで他に気が回らなかっただけ。お母さんはずっと私のために頑張ってくれてた。口には出さないけど、ずっと私を思ってくれてた。自分もお母さんと同じような立場になって、ようやくそのことに気がついたんです。あかりちゃん。だから今度は私の番です。立派な跡継ぎになってお母さんを安心させたい。今まで甘えられなかった分、しっかり甘えたい。甘えさせたい。今はそう考えています。そうですか。それはとても良い考えですね。はい、ありがとうございます。
Akari blushed at Senpai's praise. It's probably embarrassing for her to share those thoughts and feelings aloud. Talking is hard.
あかりちゃん、いい笑顔です。
Yeah, sure is. Okay, smile lured Kana into a smile of her own. As a long-time friend, kind of probably worried about Akari's relationship with her mother for ages. Yeah, we just had to take a step forward. That was all it took to change the world. Everyone could smile happily.
あかり、お母さん。
Over the course of our conversation, one of the hallway doors opened and a woman in a suit, who I assumed to be Akari's mother, appeared from the other side.
この方々が話に出ていた。ええ、今年から入った委員会のメンバーよ。はじめまして、あかりの母の吉備宮真希です。いつも娘がお世話になっています。
Our pleasure. It was then that Maki quietly bowed her head and pointed a kind smile our way. I figured she'd be way nastier considering how much Akari detested her. She was much different from what I envisioned. This must be impolite of me to say, but she had a lovely smile, and her vague adolescent features were a great contrast to her clean-cut appearance. What a beautiful person! Ah, crap, I said that out loud.
なるほど。確かに面白い方ですね。あかりが気に入るのもわかります。
I wonder what she means by takes to you.
お母さん、余計なことは言わなくていいから。ほら、あとは私が案内するから、お母さんは引っ込んで。まだ体の調子良くないんでしょ？そうね。それじゃあ、あとはお任せするわ。皆さん、うちにある資料なら好きなものを読んで構いませんので、しっかりお勉強に励んでくださいね。それと、桃が嫌いな方はいますか？
Peaches, I don't think anyone here especially dislikes them.
それはよかった。では、ごゆっくり。
Like, so one of them like raised their hand. I'm not really a fan of peaches. Ah, okay, that's all right. Out of the house right now. Maki smiled and departed with a quick bow. Why'd you ask us if we liked peaches? She's gonna treat us to a meal. As an aside, our stated reason for visiting the estate today was to collect materials for the pamphlets we drafted up in committee. I ain't lying to people, but we needed as much info as possible to corner the Fakura. The end justifies the means, after all. Even so. Ah, she was gorgeous. All the women really are great.
ケイスケ君ったら年上なら私がいますのに。
Huh? What's up?
なんでもないですよーだ。
Senpai puffed her cheeks up cutely and flitted her head to the other way. Was she jealous or something? So, yeah, that might make me happy. Happy.
Ah, もうこんな時間だよ。
Continued to read through the noteworthy-looking texts in silence for quite some time, and were eventually greeted by the setting sun shining in from the window. Kana-senpai and Akari took the lead in picking out texts, while the rest of us read through them as a group. Korea was also seemed to be used to reading through ancient texts and was making great progress when getting senpai's advice, but...
おかしいわね。桃源郷の鍵について書かれた資料が一つも見つからないわ。
西園寺家の歴史を調べてみても鍵にまつわる話は出てこないね。
西園寺家と鍵には直接の関係はないのでしょうか。
Every last one of us assumed we would find something about the key to Shangri-La once we rummaged through the Kibitsumiya family library. Now we were at an absolute loss. We made progress researching the Sayonji family itself to investigate their relationship to the key, but that only generated new mysteries. Of the emblem. Wait, what? Roughly 1,800 years ago, there was a battle between Otome-Route and the three great families. During this battle, the Sayonji offered extensive support to their allies. Sayonjis did not have any mystic treasure handed down through their family, like the Kibitsumiya family's peaches of life, or the Sakagami family's golden battle axe. In exchange, they were bestowed knowledge of the mystic treasures from the Exalted One and performed maintenance on the mystic treasures. Mystic treasures were originally brought about by this exalted one, being more eminent than man, so it didn't seem like an Oni, namely like Otome-Route had created them from scratch. Yeah, that's gonna be the chick that actually was there when Suzuka woke up again. Yeah, there we go, that's her. Nothing further was written about this exalted one in the stories. It was said that they vanished from this land when the battle was over. Why had they bestowed mystic treasures upon the world? Why had Otome-Route used mystic treasures to go on a rampage? Why had the three great families been lent their strength? Every last question was shrouded in a fog of uncertainty.
桃源郷の鍵についての情報が欲しかったのに、まさか新しい謎が見つかるなんてね。
鍵とそのやんごとなきお方って何か関係あるんですかね。
現状では何とも言えないわね。むしろその2つは切り離して考えた方がいいわ。
そうですね。私たちが欲しい情報は鍵についてです。
Bad idea.
余分な情報は除いて考えましょう。
Which means, once again, we've got nothing to go off of.
そうなのよね。西園寺家には一族伝来の秘宝がないって話だし。
Like so, we began to grunt in acceptance. Hunting through the Kibitsumiya archives hadn't turned up any info on the key to Shangri-La, and there was seemingly no connection to the Sayonji family. They were completely done for.
なるほど。大洞窟ももともとは西園寺家が管理を。
Huh? What are you reading?
これはその。
While the rest of us were hopelessly stumped, Kura was off doing her own thing and flipping through the pages of one of the books. She appeared to be reading something about the land and facilities the Sayonji family managed. Were you able to find something?
可能性の話だがな。
What do you mean?
毛布ばかり浮かべてないでよく考えろ。いいか。偽裏は鍵を狙っていたんだから。それに対応する扉がどこかにあるはずだろ。偽裏だってバカじゃない。西園寺家が鍵、もしくは扉と関係していることを掴んだ上で先輩を襲ったはずだ。だが先輩は鍵について全く知らなかった。ここにある資料にも残されていなかった。なら残る可能性は西園寺家が扉そのものと関係しているかもしれないという話で。
それよ。
何がだ。
あなた冴えてるわね。そうよ。鍵の情報が出ないなら扉の方を調べればいいのよ。
ああ、ついつい秘宝にばかり目が行くのは僕たちの悪い癖だね。
ありがとうございます、クレアちゃん。
Neither the...
これで少しは状況が進
Like,
展しそうです。
I assume that Shangri-La is the area where this exalted one is staying, aka where Suzuka woke up. So neither the door nor the key have to be mystic treasures. They can just be a door and a key.
そんな大げさに驚くことか。こんなことにも気づかないなんて。お前たちは相当間抜けだな。
Don't say that. When you're at an impasse, it can be unexpectedly difficult to notice the most simple things that are right in front of
ふ
you.
ーちゃんお手柄。私は別にその。
We were at it. Do you know anything about a door, senpai?
愚問だよ。そんな大事な情報を知っていたらすでに教えてくれているはずさ。ねえ先輩。
そうですね。
あら、なんだか賑やかね。
Sorry, were you being loud?
いいえ、若いんですもの。これくらい元気があった方がいいわ。ちょっとお母さん、一体何の用よ。何の用とはひどいわ。せっかく美味しいネクタルを持ってきてあげたのに。ネクタル？あかりは子供の頃からこれに目がなかったわよね。ほら、皆さんと一緒に飲みなさい。
Macchiato had a tray with a large bottle and enough cups for several people to Akari. The bottle was filled with a thick, rich, milky liquid. It most definitely looked highly concentrated too. Thank you very much for this delicious-looking gift, Maki.
その、わざわざありがとね。え、 遠慮なくいただいておくわ。
これくらいいいのよ。あかりの笑顔が見られて私も嬉しいわ。
お母さん。
Sorry to ruin such a touching moment, but could you please bring some water
あ
too?
ら、いけない。普通の方は水で薄めるんでしたね。すぐに用意させます。
もうわがままを言ったらダメよ。ネクタルは純度 100% で飲むのが一番美味しいんだから。
I wish you wouldn't impose your insane palates on others! I'd wonder if that wasn't the cause, but those two had an awful sweet tooth. Bet they'd make peach curry or something like that eventually, too. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. After that, we looked at the text concerning land and facilities managed by the Sayonji family while drinking nectar. Based on what Senpai told us, the Kibitsumiya family was in custody of any and all documentations likely to concern mystic treasures. This would essentially guarantee that if nothing came from our search here, it meant Sayonji's genuinely had no connection to the key to Shangri-La or its door. Again, no one said anything about there being mystic treasures involved. So, the key to Shangri-La, but the door to Shangri-La, huh? Based on our prior investigations, paradises like Shangri-La all seem to be on the other side of oceans or rivers. The Lost Village was an excluded region upstream of a river, and enlightened ones resided in the bit uninhabited recesses of mountains on isolated islands of the distant seas. Finally, the Palace of the Dragon, or Nirai Kanai, were deep at the bottom of the ocean. Rivers and oceans had been considered holy bodies since ancient times, with many assuming they led to the great beyond or other worlds. That could mean that this wasn't a physical door we were dealing with, but something more akin to a boundary line or dimensional barrier delineating this side from the other side.
みんな熱心ね。一体何を調べているのかしら。
これはその学園の歴史について調べているんです。
Kana frantically came up with an excuse as Maki, who was drinking nectar with us, peeked over at our books. Kana had a text containing an account of the time period in which Miyajima Academy was under construction. The academy was yet another facility under the Sayonji family's control. There were many ancient ruins there, so doing some in-depth research for once might be a good call.
学園建設か。何もかも懐かしいわね。ちょうど島に学園を建てる話が出た頃に、私は守さん、あかりのお父さんと出会ったのよ。
お父さんと？
ええ。当時は学園建設を進める西園寺と、よそ者を入れるのに反対な吉備宮で対立しててね。そんな慌ただしい時期に、私は守さんとお見合いして籍を入れたの。守さんは吉備宮にいながら学園建設を推進していて、上の人たちを説得して学園建設に貢献した。おかげで上から睨まれることになったけど、どんな時でも自分を曲げない守さんは本当にかっこよかったわ。
Why was he so stubborn about pushing for the academy's construction?
あかりのためよ。
私のため？
ええ。守さんはよく言っていたわ。当主として育てられた自分には自由がなかった。ずっと家に縛られていたって。だから自分の子供には窮屈な思いをさせたくない。せめて学園に通っている間だけは自由に生きてほしい。
そうだったんだ。お父さん、そんな風に考えてくれてたんだ。
Maki smiled somewhat bashfully at Maki's story. Alluding to her old man's kindness must have made her happy.
私からも一つよろしいでしょうか？
何でしょう？
お見合いしてすぐにご結婚なさるなんて、将来に対する不安はなかったのでしょうか？
そうね。もちろん最初はあったわ。でも、守さんと一緒に同じ時間を過ごしていくうちに、その不安も消えていった。
不安が消えた？ ええ。出会ったきっかけは何でもいい。大切なのはその人との時間をどう過ごすかだと思うから、もしも不安ならそばに寄ればいい。不満があるなら話せばいい。そうやって怖がらずにお互い歩み寄れば思いは育まれていく。今ならそう思える。たとえ始まりが遅くなってもね。
お母さん。
Maki smiled, not at Senpai but at Akari. I'm sure everything she had said was partially directed at Senpai too, but it was likely also a response to Akari. It wasn't just Akari. Maki may have decided to meet Akari halfway too.
ただ不安はなかったけど、時折怖いと感じることはあったわね。あの人はまっすぐすぎたから。10年前に起きた土蜘の大攻勢の時も前線に立って戦い続けて、その結果相手のリーダーと相打ちになって。
So what
でも
happened?
そのおかげで島も秘宝も守られた。守さんは今でも私の一番のヒーローよ。そしてその志はあかりが受け継いでくれている。母親として誇りに思うわ。
やだ、そんな持ち上げないでよ。恥ずかしいじゃない。
Yo, the greatest moment daughter in all of Japan!
だからやめなさいってば。もう。
と話が脱線しすぎたわね。ごめんなさい。
いえ、大変参考になりました。
Maki was wearing a wry, shy smile when Senpai gently bowed her head to her. She asked about her marriage of all things. Maybe if it really was on her mind, whether to make her first love a reality or to take on a groom. She may have been worrying about it. Had she thought about me at all?
質問ついでに、私からもいいか。
はい、なんでしょう。
10年前の土蜘の大攻勢。それが起きたのには何か理由があるのか。どういう意味？
I mean, it makes sense. Was it just a senseless scuffle that happened out of nowhere, or was there a concrete objective that someone of the two tried to, accomplish?
だってそうだろ？話に聞く土蜘は隠密活動を主にした忍者みたいな集団だ。そんな奴らが表だってことを起こしたんだ。御三家を潰せるような情報や強力な秘宝を手に入れたとも考えられるだろう。
それはどうかしらね。逆に排水の陣を敷かなければいけない切羽詰まった事情があったのかもしれないわよ。
実際のところどうなんですか？
ごめんなさい。私はその時まだ当主ではなかったから、島中混乱していたから資料も多く残されていないし。
Does Suzuka not know anything?
鈴鹿様もよく知らないそうです。当時の私はまだ幼くて戦いには参加しませんでしたから。
So unfortunate that only the adults that fought in that battle a decade ago would know the truth. But then there was no guarantee that they would talk to us just because they knew. But why ask that
これ
question?
も可能性の話だ。偽裏が狙っていた鍵は先輩たちが存在すら知らなかった秘宝中の秘宝だ。もしかしたら御三家の力を根底から覆す。
You're trying to suggest that's the true identity of the something that Tsuchikumo acquired a decade ago?
それは話が飛躍しすぎじゃない？
だから可能性の話だと言っている。的外れだと思うなら気にしなくていい。いえ、今はどんな些細な情報でも欲しいところですから、調べを進めるのに良いとっかかりになると思いますよ。
あら、もうこんな時間。ごめんなさい。お話をしていたら時間が来てしまったわね。
No, thank you very much for the valuable discussion.
では僕たちはこれで。
あかりちゃんはどうするの？
私は残ってもう少し資料に当たるわ。何か分かったら連絡する。
Are you sure?
ええ、せっかくだし、たまにはうちでのんびりするのも悪くないかなって。お母さんとももっと話がしたいし。あかり。ねえ、お母さん、 お父さんのこともっと聞かせてくれない？いいわよ。なら私の部屋にいらっしゃい。アルバムを見せてあげるわ。え？アルバム残ってるの？見たい見たい。アルバムですか。
Somewhere?
いえ、あかりちゃんなんだか楽しそうだなと思って。そうですね。このまま昔のような仲の良い親子に戻ってくれると嬉しいです。
Akari followed after Maki with a twinkle in her eyes. Continued to warmly watch over them as gentle smiles naturally rose to our faces. Continued reading through a variety of texts over the next few days. This is where the gold battle axe was. As a result, we learned that there were a number of vital mystic treasures hidden on the sites managed by the Sayonji family. There were special mystic treasures that couldn't be sealed in the Kibutsumiya's rock doors, such as the gold battle axe in Iganime's basement, both of which were under the Sayonji family's custody. However, there wasn't a single account of the door of the Shangri-La anywhere. Elsewhere, Akari and Maki would be taking the lead and looking into the battle from 10 years ago.
クレハの読み通り、土雲が攻勢に出たのは、御三家も存在を知らなかった強力な秘宝を手に入れたのが理由らしいわ。土雲は最初、大竹丸が使っていたとされる内出の小槌を狙って島を訪れたみたいなの。だけど、途中で別の秘宝を手に入れて、それを使って御三家を倒そうと目論んだみたい。
Does that mean they had the key to Shangri-La?
残念だけど、そこまではわからなかったわ。誰も肝心の秘宝を見ていないらしくて、資料にも残されてなかったの。ただ、その秘宝のせいで私たちが劣勢に追い込まれたのは本当みたいよ。よっぽど強力な秘宝だったんでしょうね。
It was assumed that the Tsukumo were able to acquire such a powerful mystic treasure because of their literal stockpiles of ancient texts. There were two such ancient texts which split into two volumes: the Celestial Scroll, which detailed their names, effects, and the Terrestrial Scroll, which detailed their locations. They used those ancient texts to locate and collect mystic treasures wherever they might be hiding, then slowly rose to power. And the great offense of 10 years ago, 10 years past came to be. The whereabouts of the Celestial Scroll were unfortunately unknown. However, the Terrestrial Scroll had apparently been recovered and disposed of by the Kibitsumiyas, which only the three sages were privy to its contents.
天の巻には私たちの知らない秘宝の情報が載っている。そこにはきっと桃源郷の鍵についても書かれているはず。偽裏はおそらくそれを見て先輩の持つペンダントに狙いを定めたのでしょうね。
That was a mistake.
そういうことね。天の巻とやらも完璧じゃないのでしょう。
May have learned how the fake Ura came to attack Senpai, but we still didn't have any concrete intel about the key or door in question. In the end, searching through the Kibitsumiya family's archives didn't produce any significant information. It struck me as kind of strange that we hadn't turned up a single piece of info about either the key or the door after all this research. The three sages might be intentionally hiding information. Also, were thick-headed and operated in absolute secrecy. They may only have given us permission to view the archives because they knew there was no information to be found there. If we complained to the three sages, I doubt they would treat us fairly. They would feign ignorance to the very end, then kick us out of the estate. In the end, we continued our search, but a cloud of uncertainty hung over our heads. There was also some level of uneasiness I felt in my heart, which was unrelated to the issue at hand. The sun was setting like any other day, and Seppa was spending her time cleaning the shelves with a dust cloth post-dinner. I'm sorry again for the trouble. Not only did you make us dinner, you're even doing my chores.
いえいえ、これも俺。いえ、違いましたね。 遊びに来たついでにお掃除をしてるだけですから。
Senpai replied as she continued to clean with a cheerful smile on her face. This all started because she wanted to express her gratitude by tending to my daily needs, and now she was coming over to hang out as a friend. Yes, Senpai and I were friends through and through. Nothing more, nothing less. But when I closed my eyes, Senpai's kind smile popped in my mind, and my heart suddenly felt like it was on fire. Several might only have thought of me as a friend, but I...
ケイスケ君、この棚にあるプラモデルを移動させてくれませんか？ほこりを拭いてしまいますので。
Oh, yeah, I got it. I quickly gave my beloved model safe haven on my desk, making sure not to let the Kundam beam sword fall from its hands. Carefully, very carefully.
よく見るとこのプラモデルよくできてますね。関節のパーツまで作り込まれています。あ、この武器ビームサーベルって言うんですよね。前にアニメで説明していました。
Watch anime, senpai?
はい、こちらに来る前に日本の子供が見るアニメや漫画を見て立ち振る舞いを勉強しましたから。
I don't know if that explains a lot or it doesn't.
その時の名残で今でも時々見てるんです。こんな年になってアニメもないと思いますけど。
You're gonna say that. I'm still making plastic models. There's nothing strange whatsoever about enjoying your childhood hobbies.
よかった。ケイスケ君にそう言ってもらえると安心します。ではもう一つ告白してもよろしいですか？
Fast.
実は私、時計やカメラ、それにロボットみたいなメカメカしいものが大好きなんです。男の子らしいゴテゴテした感じがたまらなくて。
Ooh, like Kana's fascination with ruins. You have some eccentric tastes too, huh?
やはりおかしいでしょうか。
Nah, it actually makes me happy since your tastes are similar to mine. I collect robot models because of that rustic quality too.
そうだったのですか？私たちお揃いですね。
Sounds like it. Yeah, similar hobbies. Definitely not complaining about that one. No, if you like mechas, why not try making a model? Just borrow my
よ
tools.
ろしいのですか？
Of course, I'll teach you everything you need to know. So let's make one together.
はーい。
Yay.
ごめんなさい。嬉しくてつい。
I don't mind seeing you excited over models. Makes me happy too. Get excited with me. Why don't we get right down to it then? We've got all about cleaning and focused our efforts on making models. I opened up the Sakusakun Mach 2 I bought for diorama use and started assembling it from scratch. Senpai didn't even know how to use Senpai paper, but... Yes, rub that spot a little more thoroughly.
おいしょ。よいしょ。
Ah, not like that. That's too much pressure. Be more gently, like you're babying it.
わかりました。ほらほら、どうですか？こんな感じですか？
Senpai, you're very good, just like that.
すごい。もうこんなになっちゃった。
Senpai heaved heavy sighs as he rubbed the sandpaper against the parts that had been trimmed down with wire cutters. Naturally, this was nothing more than a single step in the gate removal process. If you thought this conversation sounded at all lewd, that's more than enough proof that you're a pervert and should do some serious soul searching. Yep, just like me! And so, after agonizing agonizing over it all on her own...
できました。
Bam. This is... And what was truly the blink of an eye, Senpai had created the Sakusakun Mach 2. For that matter, she hadn't simply joined the parts together. She had fully disposed of the gates, applied putty to the joints, and removed tiny uneven patches. She obviously had gotten as far as painting, but her degree of perfection was still frighteningly high.
うまくできたでしょうか?
This is incredible, senpai. Mad props.
やったー! ケイスケ君に褒められちゃいました。
She delightedly struck a celebratory pose and smiled from ear to ear. Now that was right. I remembered hearing something about Sayonji being entrusted with performing maintenance on the mystic treasures since ancient times, which would explain why Senpai had been so adept at assembling the model. Would you mind helping me put together a diorama next, Senpai? With your help, we could easily place in a competition.
私でよろしければ喜んで。
Thank you! What is it?
手が。
Hand? I looked down and noticed that at some point my hand had grabbed hers. Sorry, I'll let go.
離しちゃうのですか?
Huh?
もう少しこのままでいたいな。ケイ君と。
Keikun?
そう呼んだらいけませんか?
No, I don't really mind.
よかった。
So a smile crossed Senpai's face and she clasped her fingers tightly around mine. We were all alone in this big room. I could clearly feel Senpai's fiery warmth with the palm of her
ケイ
hand.
君。
Senpai? Our faces naturally drew closer.
いいな、いいな。私もお兄ちゃんとプラも作りたい。
Ah! Senpai and I immediately jumped to our feet at the sudden shout of a new third party who had arrived, all while holding hands. We simultaneously darted our eyes over to the front door and...
また手をつないでる。いい加減離れなさい。
Aoi, where are you watching this whole time?
見てましたよ。いつも裏からこっそり見てましたとも。
Had Aoi given up, or had she turned defiant? She brazenly walked into the room and jutted a finger out at Senpai.
乙女さん、リベンジに来ましたよ。今日こそお兄ちゃんを返してもらいますから。
There's nothing to return, I'm not your property.
お兄ちゃんは黙ってなさい。これは私と乙女さんの問題。そう、制裁の座をかけた女と女のデスマッチなの。っていうか、私もお兄ちゃんとベタベタしたいの。
Aoi, you're saying the quiet part out loud. Also, when the hell did this become a battle to determine who would become my wife? Especially when all this had started because they wanted to determine who was better suited to take care of me.
さあ、そこをどいてください。お兄ちゃんの隣は私の指定席です。
わかりました。では座布団をご用意しますね。
そういう意味じゃありません。それに、そうやってホイホイ人の言うこと聞いてどうするんですか？世界最強の世話係としてのプライドは一体どこに行ったんですか？そのチャンピオンバストは飾りですか？
What the hell's a championship bust? They definitely were champion class en masse. They even had experience performing in the World Cup. Just to point this out, Senpai is here as my friend, so all that caretaker nonsense is irrelevant right now.
それじゃあ今は制裁の座はフリー？
そうなりますね。
なんだ、それならそう言ってくださいよ。わざわざ修行してきた意味ないじゃないですか。
Oh, he waved her hands around as if to say, you really had me going, and patted Senpai's shoulder in an awfully familiar manner. I'd wondered why I hadn't seen much of Aoi lately, and I guess that explained why.
だったら今日は久々に私がお夕飯作っちゃいましょうかね。対決用に食材も買ってきたんだよ。
ごめんなさい。実はもうおかずは用意してありまして。
私もご飯作りたい。
なら今日はおかずを半分半分にしましょうか。残りは明日のお弁当にするということで。
まあそれならいいですけど。では
お味噌汁は葵ちゃんにお任せしますね。私はご飯を炊きますので。
いいでしょう。 修行の成果見せてあげますよ。
Oi pointed at Senpai and smiled suspiciously. She was confident. Oh yes, ended on a good note. Oi squealed as she dug into her food. Today's menu consisted of a mackerel cooked in miso from Senpai and a braised burdock root from Aoi. There was also a combination of rice and miso soup on the side.
この味噌煮悔しいけど美味しい。おじいちゃんが大好きな味付けですよ。ありがとうございます。葵ちゃんの作ったきんぴらごぼうもとても美味しいですよ。そうですか？
Well, that training you did shows. I could tell it was braised burdock from just looking at it, so you've made some incredible progress.
微妙にけなされてる気がするけど、ありがとう。
Oi looked relatively pleased with Mai and Senpai's compliments. Save for the presentation, Oi's cooking did taste good. In fact, that actually put her on par with
圭
Senpai.
介くん、味噌煮のお味はいかがですか？少し濃い気もするんですけど。
It's just about perfect. Grandpa and I both drink a lot, so we enjoy stronger flavors.
そうですか？それはよかった。なるほど。乙女さんの料理がこんなに美味しいのは隠し味に愛を使ってるからだね。
Love?
お兄ちゃんの好みに近づけようと努力した跡が伺えるよ。味付けが前より濃くなってるのが何よりの証拠。乙女さん、ただの友達とか言いながら実は正妻の座を狙ってるんじゃないの？それはご想像にお任せします。ありゃ、まさかの図星？それはそれで困るんですけど。もう葵ちゃんたら知りません。
Senpai blushed and kept on eating her mackerel without denying anything. However, she would occasionally raise her head and glance up at me.
見ないでください。お顔が熱くなっていますので。
Just as our eyes met, she burned, tinged red, and hung her head. What was this reaction? Was she really hoping to become my wife someday?
圭介くん、どうですか？一杯。
Well, now we have the thumbnail, since this is not the same CG as before she had her school uniform on. Sip held out the sake bottle and appeared to be a tad flustered. Her faintly tinted cheeks made for an incredibly adorable sight. Yeah, so it left some of my sake cup out Senpai, and she actually looked up at me and had her top me off. Then I downed it without hesitation. This is the best. I was having the name Brad Yuki no Zakura sake again today. Perfect sharp taste permeated my worn-out body. God, I hate my nose right now. You can probably hear it, can't you? My drinking snacks are tasty. I've got a beautiful woman at my side. There's no way the booze would be anything but astounding.
もう、圭介くんたらまたそんなお世辞を言って。
Yeah, Senpai's blushing again. This is still some of the residual heat of that busty body of hers. Those fresh cheeks. I'll enjoy them a little while longer. You'd like a cup too?
ですが、
One cup won't kill him. Here, take it.
そうですか？圭介くんがそうおっしゃるなら。
As I poured the booze a bit forcefully, Senpai took the sake cup in both hands and tentatively took a taste. Or so I thought, for I knew it, she had instantly downed it into the last drop.
美味しいです。
Ooh, nice drinking technique. Help yourself. Have another cup.
いただきます。
The shackles had come off after a single drink, and Senpai smiled when knocking back several cups of sake. Senpai's pale skin, cheeks included, grew redder and redder with each and every drink, and her eyes appeared glassy.
圭くん、もっとください。熱いお酒。
This is... pink cheeks, drowsy eyes, and sweet voice. They were all super sexy. Fantastic! Ultimate Tipsy was damn fun! Why hadn't I gotten Senpai to join me before this? If this was how it was gonna be, I should have gotten her to drink with me sooner! I had gotten Senpai to drink once before, hadn't I? I recall there was a welcome party at the day after I joined the committee. Sweet sake, and then...
こらお兄ちゃん、乙女さんばかり見ないの。私の相手もしてよ。
Meh.
じゃない。
では葵ちゃんは私がお相手しますね。とりあえず脱げ。
なんで？しかもなぜか命令口調。
なんでも何も脱がないと何が始
なんで？しかもなぜか命令口調。
なんでも何も脱がないと何が始められないじゃないですか。
いやいや、一体何を始めるつもりなんですか？
やだもう葵ちゃんたら、そんなこと私の口から言わせないでください。
どうして一人で盛り上がってるんですか？意味わかんないよ。
葵たんは困ったちゃんですね。わかりました。それならお姉ちゃんがお手本を見せますから。
Huh?
よいしょ。
I guess I can use the fan service option as well, since this CG hasn't been used as a thumbnail at all yet. What's this? Following a sudden cryptic declaration, Senpai abruptly took off her apron and jacket. Got a brief glance of her soft pink-colored, cherry-colored skin concealed in her bra beneath her blouse. Every square of Senpai's body caused her championship bust, with all its world-class attitude, to jiggle one bouncy step forward at a time. Right, left, 1, 2 boobs, 1, 2 boobs.
お兄ちゃんの体がおっぱいにつられて動いてる。
I simmer down. I'm doing image training and watching the championships at work. The champions at
お
work.
兄ちゃんは一体何と戦うつもりなの？
脱ぎづらいですね。ケイ君、お姉ちゃんの脱ぎ手伝ってくださいませんか？
Your wish is my command. Shall we remove that bra together, my lady?
いやいや、そこは止めようよ。これ以上脱がせて何する気なの？
あらら、こんなところに可愛いワンちゃんが。ほらバク、こっちおいで。
Oh!
お兄ちゃんがおっぱいに食べられた？
Senpai took hold of my head and drove my face into her luscious titties. It was through her swimsuit last time, but today they were utterly unadulterated titties. Her jugs were pressed against me through her wonderful smelling bra. That felt godly.
おとなしいワンちゃんですね。あら、いい子いい子。
This is outstanding. So I was petting my head with her knockers. Those soft springy tits felt amazing against bed. It was almost like she was giving my scalp a massage.
ケイ君、
Ruff, ruff.
ちょっと乙女さん、何やってるんですか？おっぱいで頭撫でるなんてそんな羨ましい。
何って可愛いワンワンを可愛がってあげてるんですよ。
Right.
お兄ちゃんステイ。そんなおっぱいに惑わされちゃダメだよ。乙女さんも落ち着いてください。これは犬じゃなくてお兄ちゃんですよ。
葵たんのエッチ。私はお姉ちゃんですから、ワンワン棒なんてついてませんよ。
はあ、もうこれだから酔っ払いは。
Oi, who was always the one pouring booze for others back at home, cried out in frustration at Senpai's drunken antics and incomprehensible ramblings. Alright, I had completely forgotten that Senpai was a lightweight and had gotten drunk off of sweet sake. Oh! A beaming smile crossed her face, and then she squeezed me even more tightly against her ample chest. Felt her burning heat against my skin, with my cheeks caught in her velvety cleavage. Thanks to that, smell of the smell of sweat tickled my nostrils with every breath.
いやもうワンちゃんのエッチ
I don't know what the fuck kind of noise I was supposed to do with this line. I've been an act of God, but it was beyond the perk. Getting stuck between her titties was making my head spin. The pink paradise spread before my eyes dyed white with each passing second.
おっぱいにキスするなんてケイ君たらおませさ
It's dying again. Oh, my conscience was fading in the distance. This didn't just feel kind and nice, it was bliss. Wait, I was seriously short on oxygen, wasn't I? I was gonna be done in by a 2D headlock and ascent to the heavens. Seriously? That might be kinda nice, actually. Got to stay in the same ring as the championship bust. I was satisfied. Ugh.
あらあらもうお眠ですかそれじゃあ一緒に寝んでしましょうねお姉ちゃんが一晩中抱き枕になってあげますからねっていい加減離れてくださいこのままじゃお兄ちゃんが永眠しちゃうよやだケイ君は私のですお姉ちゃんがずっと面倒見るです
Sounds great. Keikon will be on John's for life.
ケイ君かわいいいい子いい子甘えん坊なワンちゃんですねほらぷにぷに
Kya, Kya. I ceased to be human in the face of this turbulent titty torture. That's right. From the day forward, I'll be a slave to boobs and become Senpai's dog. I'll spend the rest of my life between those titties.
お兄ちゃん一度頭冷やそうかいい加減にしないと先生に電話かけるよ
For the love of God, please don't. Wasn't it clear what Sensei would do? Wasn't it clear what Sensei would do to me if she called him now? Quickly pulled away from Senpai and faced the wall. That was a close one. Talk about a sinful body. I nearly became your slave. Lint.
今さら格好つけても遅いよお兄ちゃんの醜態はすべてまるっと乙女さんに見られちゃったから
Oh! Yeah, she had me there. It was too late to play cool after how love struck I acted. Nervously peeked over at Senpai. Huh? She's asleep. Senpai nodded off, still seated on the floor. Senpai, you'll catch cold if you sleep there. Please get up. ケイ君と寝るの Gently took her hand and spoke to her, but she just clung to me, looking half asleep. Then she immediately started snoozing away again. This was quite some. She totally drunk herself unconscious.
どうしよう本当に先生呼ぼうか
Yeah, let's tell him what happened and ask him to come pick her up. She can't exactly stay in here. Thought Sensei would get anywhere ideas if Aoi was here and explain what happened with me. Might get angry, we let her drink, but it was a small price to pay if that was all it amounted to. So I thought. They can't get away. It was great and all that we got Senpai into bed after she clung to me, but it couldn't seem to pry my hand away from her. She clung to it tightly, almost like she were glued to me. I was afraid I might hurt her hand if I tried to force myself out of her grip.
もう仕方ないなこうなったら乙女さんにはここにいてもらうしかないね私の部屋に泊まったってことにすればうまくごまかせるだろうしね
Sorry about
その
this.
代わり今日は私もこの部屋に泊まるから
Why do you have to tag along too? Trying to get in the way of my sweet alone time with
その
Senpai?
通り今日は二人ともテンション高いから間違いとかおかしそうだし
Yeah, we'll do that to senpai.
しないって自信ある？
No.
正直で結構。なら決まりだね。
Oh, he gave me a satisfied nod before turning around and heading for the front
それじゃ
door.
あ、着替えとか持ってくるからおとなしくしてるんだよ。帰ってきて、乙女さんの服がそれ以上乱れてたら。
I got it already. I promise I won't lay hand on her, so hurry it up.
よろしい。ランララーン。お兄ちゃんとおっとまりー。
Rushed our way out of with a cursory wave, and she gave a delighted hum on her way out of the door. She just wanted an excuse to sleep over. Totally as clingy as ever. Oops, guess I've got another clingy woman right here. Turned back to the bed and gripped Senpai's hand again. Her soft hand was a little warmer than usual, and her breathing was a little labored. It was because of the booze.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Senpai? Sleep talking. Fixed her messy bangs with my fingers. Senpai looked relieved. They began to quietly snooze away once more. What could that sleep talking have been about? Why was she apologizing? Senpai, if something is bothering you, please talk to me. I will help you in any way I can. I held her hand and told her that, but naturally there was no response. Didn't care if this was only for self-satisfaction. I didn't care if my feelings didn't get across to her. I wanted to help Senpai regardless. Held her hand gently to my chest with that sentiment in mind, and waited for our way's return. I'm sorry, I'm ending it early again. It's not even funny anymore. The way my nose is so stuffy. It's an annoyance. I've got George. Just want to say next time. Bye bye.